my channel. Guess who's back? Back again.
Yeah.
Nate is back. Tell a friend.
Tell him.
I
don't know what to do when you do that.
This man walked around this house dancing and singing all day. And then you get shy.
I'm not shy. I just don't know what to do when you do the jingle.
I'm shy. So today we are actually going to be making a breakfast together. You know how Nate feels about his breakfast.
I miss it.
He really does.
So much.
And yeah, and it's kind of turning into a brunch for us because we got a little bit of a late start because we just got back from a bike ride on our cruisers. Yeah. So today we're actually going to finally show you how to make the scramble, the scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
And it's really, really good. We haven't had this in a while though. It's been a while. It's been months. But you're going to need tofu. And that's basically all you really need. And I would highly recommend turmeric because it's going to actually give it a really good flavor. It's good for you, but it also gives it the egg color. Like it really does. It does. Now we're going to fancy it up a little bit though. And soy chorizo. Get this from Trader Joe's. It is so good.
Yeah.
So good. This is completely vegan, really, really good. And actually Nate is going to make a side of like you're good at them. I don't really do the potatoes like he does.
Potatoes.
Yeah, and if you didn't want to do like the tofu scramble or you don't have it, you could always add this to your potatoes too. It's really, really good that way as well. But for the sake of this one, we're going to do it with the scramble. Yeah. And Nate's going to work on the country potatoes. Actually, if we had some peppers, that would be good too, like the traditional bell peppers too, but he just does pretty much onion and potato. Really good. And then I think we're also going to make one of our green juices that we've been making recently. That's really good.
I have to get my antioxidants.
Yes. All right, so let's get into it. Now actually most of mine is going to be done in the pan, pretty much straight to it.
I'm kind of just chopping.
But you know what I'll do is I'll start getting the ingredients ready for our green juice.
Yes. Kimmy's fake out egg things or whatever, they actually cook up pretty quick. So I'm actually going to do my potatoes pretty small.
Yeah.
So they don't take forever to cook.
And you're using what kind of potatoes?
Yukon Gold Organic Gold potatoes.
Alright, so I just filled my blender up with 2 cups of water, and you can use coconut water or whatever you want, but this is just plain water. And then what I've been doing recently is we're going to actually take like a whole Trader Joe's bag size of spinach. You know, I don't even think they can see what you're doing. Come on, Bear! Let's get some better production value here.
Well, move your shit off the island. I don't know what to tell you.
First, we're going to start by adding all of the spinach to this water. We're going to blend that first, so that way it's really, really well blended. If you hear that, it's the cat. She's just, you know, yelling for no reason. She's got food. Yep. She's fine. All right, so you're going to blend all of this up first. And just help it out, push it down there. Good stuff. So then from here, I'm going to actually add 1 banana and a good handful of blueberries, and that's it as far as the fruit goes. And then I'm going to add 1 scoop, a good size scoop, of almond butter or some kind of mixed nut butter. And it's really, really good. It kind of
makes
like,
a difference.
Yeah, we're like looking at this like, no. And we actually really, really like it. So let me get my other ingredients. So I got 1 frozen banana, just broke it in half. And like I said, 1 good size like amount of blueberries. Maybe a little extra.
And we like onion, so I'm going to use this whole thing.
Yeah, you use whatever, you know. If you don't even like onion, don't put it in there at all.
Right.
You can add garlic to it too, but we'll probably add like garlic powder or something to it.
Yeah, I do garlic
You can be fresh too, it doesn't matter. Now I'm actually going to take this mixed nut butter from Trader Joe's. Delicious. This has like everything. This has roasted and salted almonds, cashews, walnuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, and pecans. They weren't messing around.
I think if we actually left that out,
It wouldn't be that great.
I don't think, yeah, I think it would really...
We could also add some hemp seeds to it. That's actually a really good protein too, but this is alright. It's really good. And I'll have everything listed below for you guys in the description as far as like recipes go, because I know sometimes it's gonna be hard to follow along, especially with us. Lick. Final blend. Alright, so this is done, but I'm just gonna let it sit to the side while we finish everything else, and then we can have it when everything's done.
Oh, I kind of wanted it now.
I know you do, but you can wait.
I'm getting water. Hey, old Janky, that works.
I like to refer to her as Old Trusty. Alright, we're going to zoom you guys in and work on the potatoes, and then I'm going to show you the scramble, because really there's not much prep you have to do outside of it. It all is done in the pan. Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to start off with just a little bit of the cooking spray.
Just a little bit, just so it helps to not stick.
It just helps. There's nothing special about it at all other than the initial stickage.
Stickage,
Now,
technical term.
Crank that all the way up to the hot hizzle. I start with my potatoes.
Potatoes.
Because they take longer to cook, and I don't like my my onions getting all mush.
Now, do you leave the lid on or off?
I'm gonna actually add a little bit of water, and I'm gonna put the lid on, so they actually get a lot of heat started through them.
Okay.
Just a little bit of the leftover water, and that's that. And lid it, and we're pretty much just gonna let that go for probably about 4 to 5 minutes, on high, covered, and then we're gonna stir. Cover it again, another like 4 to 5 minutes, then we're gonna uncover it.
And then add the
Add
onion?
the onions and just let her rip.
Without the lid.
Without the lid.
Alright, so
That's
I'm going
it.
to start mine while he just keeps an eye on that. Alright, so I'm going to start by taking this brick, I just drained it, of tofu. I'm using extra firm, but use whatever it is you like. And all you're going to do, and it doesn't even have to be like dried out or anything, but you're going to crumble it. Kind of like a scrambled egg would look.
Just over here making faces to the sound of that.
Alright, so I'm going to turn on the heat just to like a medium high. And I like to cook my tofu up a little bit first, but you know, that's kind of just a preference thing. Get it a little bit browned up. So we're gonna just kind of let that go for a little bit. So like people do sometimes, they add creamer or some kind of milk to their scrambled eggs. I'm gonna add a little bit of almond milk. Now, I do have a vanilla one. I would actually say do maybe not a flavored one, but you know, whatever. And that'll just make it a little bit creamier. From here, I'm gonna add a bunch of turmeric to it. And just kind of go by like color. It's really good. And you'll see that like instantly makes it more of a scrambled egg look. I would say at this point too, go ahead and add whatever kind of other spices you do want. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I am going to add some garlic powder to it, only because we're going to be adding that soy chorizo that has so much flavor already in it that I don't think this really needs much more. But this is the time you definitely do want to, you know, add whatever flavorings you need. Now with the soy chorizo, now I know it's kind of gross because it's just in a casing, and you're literally just gonna squeeze out whatever it is you want to use.
I'll be good.
You can't be good. Go ahead, ready? You can't be good. I'm gonna use probably just under half of this, not too much, because it's not, you don't need much. This has a lot of flavor. I'd say that's good.
Thank you.
And really, the soy chorizo doesn't even have to really be cooked. You're mostly just heating it through. All right, so Nate's about to add the onions.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add the onions, and also when we add the onions, we need to add all the stuff to go with it. I don't know where the pepper went. Hey, there's pepper. So a little bit of black pepper, garlic powder, and normally I like to add a little bit of Miss Dash. Cause she cray. I'm gonna add up some dash-y-do. I'm gonna add a little bit more water into it just to cut down on the stickins.
We love onion. You'll see that's a lot of onion, but we love it.
Oh yeah.
So again, just add a little bit though if it's not like your favorite.
Now you should have a lot of moisture in your pan. So
hold on.
You literally pig braked me.
I'm Bruno breaking.
Oh, did he? Oh, dang. He's dead.
And Kyle's down there too. They're just loving the sun. And then the pig's back there. You can't really see him, but he's just out. Anyway, back to cooking.
So there's quite a bit of moisture. So just make sure you stir. You should get all your stuff in there really good. And then just crank your heat.
And let it all kind of caramelize a little bit.
Brown it through and caramelize it.
And we'll be done.
Yeah.
I totally forgot, guys. I'm actually going to add a bunch of spinach to this too. Because why not? And it will totally cook down. I'm going to put on the lid on mine just for a little bit to help wilt it down. And like I said, it's done. I'm just going to make those wilted and we'll be good to go.
Can I eat?
Okay, it is time to eat. Bye.
Oh.
So, can I add a little bit of ketchup? I do still like, I'm one of those people that puts a little bit of ketchup on my potatoes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Nate is like, let's go, let's go. I put a little bit of sliced strawberries too. These are from a like stand on the side of the road. Oh my God, they're so good. All right, first bite. What are we trying first? I'm going for the eggs. By the way, I'm sorry. I also added a little bit of nutritional yeast too when I added the spinach because I think it's good vitamins and it tastes good, but optional, totally optional.
The eggs smell on point.
They taste really good. We haven't had this in a long time.
These strawberries are silly.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is good.
Mm.
Just good?
Just good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's just that little bit of nut butter is really what you taste too. It's crazy. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Nate loves breakfast foods. He really does.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so good.
I'm telling you, do that soy chorizo in it. Mm-hmm.
It's a great little fake out meal. We don't do a lot of fake out meals anymore.
Not anymore, but every once in a while, it's really good. But that brings us kind of to our topic of the day.
What is it?
What is it? We've had some requests recently to talk about, beginner tips for going vegan. Wow. And when you said that of like, we don't eat a lot of this type of stuff anymore, I feel like this is a really good idea for someone who is really new to going vegan or eating vegetarian even, whatever it is. And I think when you really play and get creative with your food, I mean, people are not gonna not know that this isn't real. I mean, it's good.
Right. It's good, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's a direct correlation to like a scrambled egg.
Right.
To this. Very similar. Is it identical? No, but
it's close.
So close that you trying it as a vegan option and going and having it. I know for me, when we made it the first time, I had it and I was just like, oh,
done.
There it is.
Done. I can do this.
I can do this. You know? Is it the healthiest thing in the world to eat every day?
Like this scramble with the soy chorizo? Probably not. And that's the thing. I think mock meats, the fake meats out there, I'd say go for it. If you are new, go for it. Go figure it out. Go try a bunch of different kinds. Find out what you do and don't like. Really do that, because otherwise I think it really just becomes so overwhelming to like go, I'm going to be completely clean, vegan. It just, some people can, but we've been doing this over a year now and we're just kind of hitting that place, and we're still not perfect, but we're definitely doing it different than when we started. Yeah. But again, this is for beginner tips. So definitely try out your meats for sure, the fake meats.
Yeah, and I mean, there's even substitutes out there.
And when I say that too, cheeses too.
Right, and cheese is kind of its own thing. It's its own hurdle. But the fake out meat stuff, I mean, this being like a scrambled egg substitution, the meatless ground beef from Trader Joe's,
so good.
adding that into things like adding it into a chili, right? So chili, the only ingredient in most chilies would be like a beef stock, possibly depending on the style you make, and beef itself.
Right.
Just add that instead of your beef.
Yeah.
And you can make your favorite chili that used to have ground beef in it with that, and you probably won't be able to tell too much of a difference.
Right.
But those kind of things are really simple replacements that get you to that hump or give you that confidence that you're like, man, I can do this. I can actually accomplish it.
I'm just saying do that with cheeses too. Like get the fake cheeses out there.
I'm telling you.
And you're going to find some that you hate. And you're going to find some that you love. Chow cheese. It's worth the price. It's delicious.
I mean, I remember that was going to be my big thing was like, I need cheese, you know, when we started. And I remember every week I bought a new vegan cheese.
To try.
To try. And I really had to like hammer it out. And there were some that I bought that I opened the bag, I smelled it, and I went, whoa, and I took a bite, and I said, and I'm throwing it away.
Right.
And then there's some that we ate plain, and then we cooked, and then we added it to different things, and just trying to find the best way around cheese is another big thing. And now, you know, as you get away from it, you realize that it's not really adding you a certain flavor anymore.
Not really. We don't really do it.
Cheese and
since this year, we haven't at all in 2017 yet.
It's just something that we've gotten over, but we had to
do that
hit
for a
all
while.
Those steps and find one that I loved, and then I used the one that I loved, and then I faded it out, and then I made the meal that I made with it, without it, and I was like, okay, I don't need it anymore.
Right. Guys, by the way, please, in the comments, if you are vegetarian or vegan, please leave your tips too. Like, help each other out for sure. Another one, I think, to just give some ideas is start slow, I think. Because we kind of dove in and said, one day, you know, that's it, we're doing it. And the truth is, we did, but we did have some slip-ups along the way.
Yep.
And it just became kind of almost like, it was fun for a little bit. It was like, oh, look at us. And then it kind of became depressing because we just weren't maybe really ready as we thought.
Right.
It's like we were and we weren't, but we just didn't know what to do, I guess. And then when you want something or you want to go out to eat with people and now all of a sudden I don't know what I can get, it just becomes so overwhelming that I think, you know, really try just maybe if you're someone that's like a true meat eater heavily, I would say just start with like one meal a week that is vegan and then kind of creep that up to one meal a day. And then go from there. I don't think there's really anything wrong with not like diving in 100% in the beginning, because really at the end of the day too, I think a very friendly vegan will tell you that every little bit counts and it's a good step and it's okay. You know, don't beat yourself up. I think that's what we also did too. We kind of beat ourselves up a lot over like messing up.
I felt defeated multiple times.
And now it's just take it day by day, make the best choices you can, and you know, eventually it just becomes so much easier and easier. But do start slower, I think, actually. What else? I had another one. Hold on, I have a note card because I didn't want to forget.
What? No.
I do.
Oh shit, it's cute.
Yeah. So the next one that I think is a really good tip, especially if you're someone who does eat out a lot to restaurants, whether it's fast food or nice, you know, sit down restaurants, dining in. Nate and I really enjoy that. We always have enjoyed like going out on a date night if we can, or even throughout the week. We like to go to restaurants. We just do. It can be difficult. And so I think that's something too, as a beginner, do your research and spend some time online finding what is vegan friendly at fast food restaurants and your favorite dining places. I have a video and I will link it below for you guys. I did it a few months ago, but it's like my top 10 vegan friendly restaurants.
Yep.
Some fast food, some not. And I think that can be really helpful. And I kind of just go over like some of our favorite dishes from certain places too. And there's still those places, like we still go there. Most places have some kind of option that's not just a side salad, but it can be difficult and you just have to almost like get creative, you know. And recently, Red Robin, they've always had their Boca Burger, which is great, but I've always loved their chicken barbecue wrap.
Yeah.
I just always liked it, and that has ranch on it. That has the chicken, obviously, and cheese. And I actually went in there a few weeks ago with all of us, and I asked them if they could do it without cheese, without ranch, but still barbecue, and add, instead of the chicken, do their Boca patty, like, chopped up in it. And they did. And guys, it's my new favorite. Like, I love it. It's really, really good. And so that's not on the menu, but if you ask, most of the time they'll, you know, try to make it work for you. So, you know, going vegan, and, you know, and when we first went, we thought it was what you ate. Like, we thought that's just that's all it is. It's just what you eat. And I think, again, as a beginner, start there for sure. And because it will open the doors to a lot more. But I think, too, we did do it pretty quick in our journey. I think documentaries are really, really smart to watch. Maybe don't go hardcore and get into some that are really, really gruesome.
Yeah.
But it did help us. It helped us understand why we would want to eat this way for health reasons, and why we would want to for animal and environmental reasons too.
Yeah.
I'll link below some of our favorites. There's a lot though on Netflix, YouTube too.
Yeah, Forks Over Knives was probably the first one in Forks Over Knives where I really took a look at, and I said, "Oh wow, well, okay, there's a lot of validity to this information." And then, you know, but don't start with Earthlings.
Don't start with Earthlings. I wouldn't recommend that, because I mean, if you're ready to do that, but it is hard to watch. We had to take breaks, but we did watch it.
When we started down the road of vegan, I remember it was so easy for me to displace what I was eating with the animal correlation. Like,
you could turn that off.
I probably still can, which is bad.
Yeah, but you know that you don't.
But yeah, I mean, there's
it's changed though. You're definitely better for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, bacon, there's people out there that just put bacon on everything. But nobody has the correlation that it's a pig. It's your pet pig. It's your pet pig. Like, just you know, seeing a hamburger, you don't see a cow. You don't do those things. So I mean, or you see a happy smiling cow on a billboard. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of bad. The yogurt commercial with the one cow in the field, and the guy's like, "Thank you." Yeah, it's cute. And I'm like, it's cute. That's not the cow. Yeah, it's not the cow that actually gave that cheese or yogurt, and it's a really cute commercial. It kind of is, but it's so wrong. But that's even the point of don't start with Earthlings, because you could see it and you can displace it. You know, we watch things like horror movies in today's world, and you see the most gruesome things. So what do you do after? You just turn it off. You walk out and you say, "Oh man, that was great. It was all bloody and gory." What are we having for food? What are we eating? That's a good point. You know, but don't start with Earthlings. That's the reason why you don't start with Earthlings, because you can't. Your brain can turn it off. That is a really, really good way to put it. It's like a really good point. So start with the health and go with the thing and learn. Get more into it first. Then it'll be more personal when you watch that, and you'll go, "Whoa." Because when we watch Earthlings, we watch probably like 2 to 3 days of like 2 documentaries a day kind of thing, and we got the Forks Over Knives kind of thing, and we watched like a juicing one. Cowspiracy, I think that's a little gruesome, but not as bad. Yeah, but we eased into it, and I remember watching Earthlings, like, I can watch the most horrible things, and I'm okay. Yeah. You know? When we watched Earthlings, I was the one saying, I was the one pausing the TV going, "Whoa." I actually remember that you wanted a break, and you went out back, and you, like, you did. This man who's like, the pig, like, he loves him, but he doesn't care to, like, go play with him. And it's my pig. And he actually went out back. I remember that. And you sat with him, and you rubbed him. I was like, holy shit, man. Yeah, it'll hit you differently if you don't start there. And it'll just be more personal for sure. For sure. You see the treatment. You see the treatment of animals. You know, everyone's gonna die. Get over it, right? All the animals are gonna die. It is what it is. But the treatment and the life, of it is unbelievable. Is the horrible part of it. And you know, just being able to walk out back and and then go hang out with Bumper and just be like, Jesus, I'm never gonna hit you with a metal pipe.
People have asked me too, like,
It's horrible.
if he dies, would you eat him? Of course not.
Holy shit! Oh my god! No!
No.
Would you eat your cat?
No.
Would you eat your dog?
You know, I think though, then that's why some vegans get really passionate of, you know, like, if you're not doing it 100% full out, then you're wrong, you know? But we also, I mean, we can understand that, like,
Yeah.
it is still fairly new in this world to consider it that way. Again, we can disconnect from those kinds of realities so quickly, so easily, because we've been living a certain way for so long.
Look, you know, you look at human teeth, even if you want to look at it that way.
Right.
We have little sharp canine teeth, this, that, the other thing, so therefore our diet could exist with meat.
But it can also
And it
not.
can, but now in today's world, we've gone so far with the fact of you don't have to. So since you don't have to, and the situation is what it is, I don't feel the need to, you know?
Anyway, just saying though that it's
you don't need it.
yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And really, your taste buds will change too, because for me too, a lot of things like fruits and veggies, certain ones, I just never liked them. I just didn't. You know, like, how am I gonna live on this? And
You used to be a meat and potato girl.
I was just like my
that's
dad.
the household, you know?
It was what it was. But your taste buds will change. You gotta give it time and get the animal products out of your system and out of your mouth, because it really does change your taste buds. It does. And there's a lot of things now that I eat that I never would. Of course, there's gonna still be things that, like, you don't like. By the way, I just learned I can't eat pineapple raw because it hurts my tongue. I can't do it.
But you're getting on that celery.
No, I can't do celery either. I don't like that. No. So there's still going to be things, but there's also a lot that has changed that I do like. And yeah, and I will say too, those foods taste so good. So give them a chance, because once those taste buds change, those flavors of fruits and veggies are so good.
Yeah.
I think another tip too, just to set yourself up for success as much as possible, food prep. You gotta do it. And I know that, like, sometimes it sucks and it's not what you want to do, but I do think that eating vegan and food prepping is much easier, because you really probably aren't cooking much. You're just, like, to prep, really.
Right.
You know how the traditional food preps, you always see a piece of, like, meat, some rice or something, and then you have, like, a cooked veggie even. You know, you don't really do that now. I just like to prep my food so that it's pretty much ready to go when I do cook up a meal, and that saves so much time.
There's a lot of chopping.
There's a lot of chopping. There is. And but I mean, I enjoy it, but I get, like, if it was, you know, I'm really hungry, I let myself get to that point and it's late at night and I haven't done any of those prepared things, then you're more likely to go to Taco Bell. And we've done that. But
we can vegan Taco Bell.
Right.
Yeah,
But still,
that's
it's
the
still
same
not a
thing.
great option, you know. So I would definitely recommend that. I have a few of those videos as well. I can link below of just how I like to do that. Again, not specific to, you know, like, for this meal, this meal, but just in general, just to have food ready to go. Also, I think one that's still kind of a newer thing for me with going vegan, and again, being that it is more than just food, I think, you know, for, like, beauty products and home products and that kind of thing, my focus, I didn't really have a focus of that in the beginning. I really didn't. I wasn't, like, going out of my way to not do it, but I didn't really know much about it. And that's something I've definitely, like, learned more about. But I would say with that, go cruelty-free first with your products, with the companies you support. And you'll make mistakes. I still do, but I try hard, you know, to keep up on it. Go to PETA, and it'll come up for you pretty recent of a, whether they are or aren't. But maybe try not to focus so much on whether a product is actually vegan, though, because there's a difference between a product being cruelty-free and a product being vegan. And that can get really difficult as a beginner, for sure, of, like, knowing the differences and finding those products. And they're harder to find. They are. So that's still, like, a kind of struggle even here. But Method products for your home products are great. The Method brand, the Mrs. Meyer's 7th generation is another one. I actually haven't used that one, but I know it's a good one. The Honest Company, I believe, too. Those are good ones when it comes to like home stuff. And then makeup products, you can totally look on a list online to find out which ones are and aren't. Yeah, I think that was my list. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and please give it a thumbs up if you did. Now, you got green all up in it. We were planning, and maybe we still will today, but if not, we'll do it tomorrow for you guys. But since we have a bunch of fresh strawberries, we are gonna make this dessert of this like strawberry pie that is.
Oh, you making it today?
Oh, and so we will have that coming very soon too for you guys. You're welcome. Today. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you have not already. Say thanks for coming, Nate.
Yeah, I get thanked for coming, but
people love you.
I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
It's just we haven't done one of these in a while.
Yeah,
We actually haven't.
That's it.
It's been on a lull. Yes. But dogs are barking. That's our cue.
Helicopters are flying.
Time's up. Time is up. Enjoy the deleted scenes. Bye.
I woke up like these. Hey, you put my little pineapple shits in there. This ain't the Nate show.
It always is.
I'm centered.
Is that where you're gonna stand? Because I know how you get when you don't get to stand where you want to stand. Cat's taking a shit. We got a hair. Let me get it.
Why? What? Well, get it. Just don't yank on the. I don't know why we're sitting over here playing. Shit. Don't hand me that.
Don't swing your sausage at me.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh, that is not very welcoming. You don't just go on camera and go, hey.
Well, let me show you my pointy nipples. It's a little brisk in here. Alright. Okay. If you weren't here, it wouldn't be. Oh! Stuff the shit out.
Just stuff the shit out of it.
Get that shit out of here. You stepped on my onion papers.
Get it out of here.
Well, I'm working on it. You just put a big old thing of nut butter in my mouth. Hey!
What pan do you want to use? Because I'm going to use that.
No, I get to use the new pan.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I guess since I don't get to use the new pan,
Stupid.
Bring him in. Bring him in.
Look at those
Not on my nipples.
Look at uh-oh.
What the hell
What the hell did I do? My berry bear.
Yeah! Start from the base. And pull to the end.
Stop! Yes, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Nah. You got green shit all up in your mouth.
You fucking love it. Drink your juice, goddammit.